Hey, what's going on, folks? Welcome back to the Real Legend of Gaming. So we are here with the new DLC for Diablo 3, the Necromancer. Let's talk about what we know so far. So it's a new class that's being brought back from Diablo 2. There's new items as well, over 30 new legendary items, new features for challenge rifts, new zones, and new bounties. So pretty exciting, a lot of stuff for a DLC. Now, as far as the Necromancer, it is a new class that you have to create, which is always fun. You get to grind a brand new hero. As far as the best tips in order to get this hero progressing along and unlocking the new skills, I recommend starting off with Torment mode, especially if you're pairing up with one other player. Now at level 1, you're going to start with a skill called Bone Spikes. It can be used from a distance, it can be used up close. Nonetheless, it's spikes that come out from the ground and destroy their enemies. Now upon reaching level 2 is when you unlock your next skill, which is the Bone Spear. And you will see very shortly how this Bone Spear works. So upon tapping the R2, you'll see bones literally being thrown like spears. So it's a very good combination skill to use with the spikes. As you see, it's being used right there. So the Bone Spikes deal 150% physical damage per second, while the Bone Spear does 500. As you see, there's different skills you unlock based on the level that you obtain. Now upon reaching level 3 is when you unlock the SCYTHE. So that's another skill that we'll show you later on how it's used. Now throughout this video, I'll also share you some best practices. Now always make sure you pick up the loots and obviously equip the one that will give you an advantage immediately and increase multiple categories. I'm going to assume that most of the players already played Diablo, so I'm not going to go into every specific about the armor, especially since there's green arrows that tell you if there's an increase. Now upon reaching level 4, you unlock Corpse Explosion, which does area exploding of 5 corpses within 11 yards, adding 350% weapon damage. It's a great skill. If you look at player 2, they're using a Bone Scythe right there as well. Now the Corpse Explosion is incredible. As soon as you kill an enemy, a corpse drops. You can use those corpses to do physical damage against an enemy that is actually alive. And it also creates an explosion. So it kind of creates that little gory effect that Diablo is famous for. Now for level 5, you will unlock the Skeletal Mage, which is one of my favorite skills. You're going to see me use it a lot in this gameplay. The Skeletal Mage deals 400% weapon damage over a span of 6 seconds. And what it does is it spawns skeleton mages that will attack for you. And they do most of the grunt work. So it's incredible having them along. However, they are only good for 6 seconds and cost 40 essence to use. So we'll show you how some of these skills stack up so far versus a tougher enemy at this stage of the game. As you see, a combination with your teammate, you're able to do impressive damage as long as you chain the skills correctly. Now at level 6, you're able to unlock what's called Sudden Impact. So Sudden Impact is a rune for the Bone Spikes. It's 24 essence. It also does 150% damage. And Scythe, we didn't discuss earlier, does 150% weapon damage. Now here we're going to show you the effect of the Sudden Impact, which you see it does a stun. Look at the stars above the enemies. It allows them to momentarily stop from the shock effect, and it gives you a chance to either do a Corpse Explosion or another Bone Spike. So again, the key to Diablo is being able to use all your skills accordingly with a correct pattern in order to maximize your essence, rebuild more for another attack. And we'll show you here against another tougher enemy. Now at level 7, you will unlock the Blighted MARROW. So that's a rune for the Bone Spear. Each skill has runes that allows you to add some type of different twist to it. This one here allows you to place a projectile. At level 8, you will unlock what is called the Corpse Lance. This is a very good skill as well. Very different in Corpse Explosion. You target an enemy to summon from nearby corpse that does 1,750% damage. So you literally take one corpse and throw it across the screen like a lance. Now at level 8, actually my correction, we're at level 9 now. You unlock command skeletons, which is one of the most incredible skills in the game. It is excellent for crowd control. And you also unlock the Grim Scythe rune execution. But going back to the skeletons, it is literally like having a squad defending you the whole time. They are minions, and they do 50% damage. So check that out. Look how quickly they can take out some of the bigger and tougher opponents. For example, the Grotex does take a long time to destroy, and he does spawn those worms upon death. The skeletons do all that for you. They attack, giving you a chance to use something from far. Now, if you notice, I had someone join the match, and we're going to do what's called power leveling. The bigger the group, the more experience, and if you have a team that's a level 1, you can quickly get them to a higher level when playing on Torment and your power leveling. So look how all the skills work when all your teammates are on the same page. We're just pushing right through this horde of enemies, and you can see the momentum is real, and we are putting in massive work. Combination of course explosions, tons of skeletons, bone spikes. I mean, we're doing it all right there. We're doing it big. We got a small vengeful massacre right there. And look at the amount of skeletons that spawn. I mean, those minions are still there. And look, collectively, they're doing incredible work. And this is one of my favorite parts of Diablo, is the co-op aspect where you're just able to combine all these awesome, unique abilities. And look, it's just incredible. We're taking out a much stronger opponent with ease. And again, this is why I recommend playing on a higher level. You're going to get a ton of experience, and to me, it's not that difficult. You might immediately be like, whoa, we're talking about 3-4 levels above normal. It's okay, because as long as you keep your distance and you use your skills correctly, it's not a problem whatsoever. And I mean, I'm showing you here, but not just talking, making stuff up. Now, at level 10, you will unlock what is called a passive skill slot. So the passive skills is actually really good to have because it gives you an ability that is used throughout the game without you having to activate it with a button. So you look at it as an added boost for your hero. Now at level 11 you unlock Siphon Blood, which is my favorite skill in combination with the Skeletal Mages and Bone Spike or Skeletons, either or. What I like about Siphon Blood is that it does damage, but it also siphons essence from the enemies. So this is great because when you're doing the Skeletal Mage and you run out of your essence, you do the Siphon Blood and you rinse and repeat, wax on, wax off. That's how you do it, as you see in the gameplay. So you can have multiple mages at once, like you see. And if you need more, you siphon it up. I mean, how more cool can that get? Now, at level 12, you're going to unlock what is called Bloody Mess. So that is the rune for the Corpse Explosion, which gives you more power to that move, along with active skill that you unlock called Death Nova. I'll show you some gameplay with Death Nova. I'm not too crazy about it, but it unleashes a Nova that deals 350% weapon damage and poison to all the enemies there. It is a great skill. However, you have to be really up close for the fact that the radius is kind of small in my opinion. But you'll see how it works. It's still very strong. Every skill here works, especially one that you unlock at a higher level. So right there you saw the Death Nova. At level 13 you unlock the Command Golem. Command Golem is the second option from the Command Skeletons, so it is a minion. You also unlock the Bone Spikes rune is there. So you see the Command Skeleton, you go over to Command Golem, and what it does is targets into a pile of 5 corpses. And we're going to see some gameplay with that right now. Some people like having a Golem because it provides a tank for you, which is not a bad thing to have, and it does incredible damage, as you see right there. However, I prefer the Skeletons because, again, crowd control. And that's very important when you're dealing with a horde of enemies. However, if you're going against a strong opponent and you happen to take out all the additional adds, then the Golem is perfect to use. As you see right here, the Golem attacks one target and does a lot of damage. So either or, it's based on your preference. If you have a strong team supporting you, then the Golem is fine. It's totally okay, as you see. And look at all those corpses right there. Now, level 14, you're going to unlock another active skill, right? Because that's what happens. This one is called DECREPIFY. So DECREPIFY, along with the Corpse Lance rune, Shredding Splinters, along with a passive skill called Stand Alone. So you get 3 unlocks at level 14. So it's pretty solid. Now, we'll go into Corpse Lance so you can see Shredding Splinters. Each lance slows the target by 10% and reduces its damage. So it's a good combination to add slow. It buys you a few more seconds, especially if you need to heal yourself. That's something very important in Diablo, is that when you're running out of essence, you got to be able to make sure you have enough HP in case you take on an incoming attack. Apologize. And you see Siphon Blood. I love Siphon Blood. Now, as far as the passive skills, you have Standalone, Life from Death. Standalone was pretty good. Life from Death, consuming a corpse, give you a 20% chance to spawn a health globe. I did like that option. And then you have Fuel from Death, which is pretty cool as well. I will show you how all the skills work here. This is at this point, I think we were playing on Torment 2. We decided to raise up the difficulty. So you see the opponent's HP is a little bit higher. So when you have 3 teammates and you guys are all along the same level, it's good to increase the difficulty because the rewards are better and the experience is greater. And right there, we reached level 15. At level 15, we unlock a couple runes for the command skeleton. We have Enforcer, Contaminator. So that gives you, a few different twists to add to that already great command. So I actually did this gameplay last night. I played for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half tops. And we went through Torment 2, and we were able to get the Necromancer from level 1 to 15. So you see, you skip normal, hard, expert, and master, go right to Torment. And upon leaving, when you have a group of 2, make sure you bring the difficulty down because it might be too much for your team. Alright folks, so there you have it. We went through the skills of the Necromancer. We showed you a ton of gameplay. Now, here comes my opinion on the Necromancer. You heard the excitement I had about the skills. Overall, I think the Necromancer class is extremely OP just because the variety of different attacks that can be used along with the complementing skills. I love being able to use the Siphon Blood along with the skeletal mages and having the skeletons defending you all at the same time. So overall, very impressed with the DLC. I'm very happy that it was released. And if you're a huge Diablo fan, especially a fan of Diablo 2, then you really will like having this character in the game. I know some folks were concerned with the price point of the DLC because you're paying $15 for one additional character. However, you are getting other items along with different game modes. And again, I think being able to grind another hero creates enough entertainment factor for you to want to play and obtain this DLC. So folks, thanks for watching. If it's your first time checking me out, please like and subscribe. And definitely share this video. I do think that it will help someone who was on the fence on purchasing the Necromancer or maybe wanted to start playing Diablo 3. So if we can do that, we can spread the information and create more love for the community here in the Real Legend of Gaming. So appreciate the support. Peace out, folks.